Morning, everyone, and welcome to Umera'S Lounge. This is our first segment of this program, and today we'll be discussing paternity for.
So, let me start with higher Deji. How do you feel? What would you do if you discovered that, the trending issue about FCNB, DNA? What would you do if you found out that your 4 children aren't yours?
Okay, firstly, God forbid. But
You
I,
wish.
You can't do anything, you still have to take care of the children.
take your, but it's unfair on the part of the wife actually.
But do you have that child outside?
Hey,
What would you even do if when you get to hear that kind of news as a good Christian or a
Wait.
devoted Muslim?
as much as I don't like putting Christianity, I don't like removing Christianity or religion from things that what's it called?
As a devoted Muslim.
Okay, religious apart actually.
Okay.
As an human being, I don't think I would take it lightly because that happening to anybody. Okay, let me say me personally now, sir, I won't take it lightly.
Why? Why would you too?
But the fact that let's say I found that after 5 years, the fact that I've invested so much in the lives of those children, and I mean the father of the biological father of the children are not taking the children away from me, then okay, I'll take care of the children, but I won't take it lightly. I won't take
You would accept the children if the biological dad
You don't
is
have
not willing
any
to take them.
choice. It's true.
I mean, yeah, I will.
What if he becomes
Because in one way, I'm the father of the children.
no? Technically,
Okay, technically I am, but biologically I'm not.
yes.
But the fact that I fathered them, I mean, they are my children. There's
No, you
nothing
can't- you
anybody
can't-
can say.
You would it's what do you think?
See, the thing is, it's not about the father, but we have to come to realize that what is the impact on the child. For you now to come up and tell a child that I've always called you dad for 5-10 years and tell you sorry I'm not your dad. See, it is two way things. The son, the child, and the father, both of them are losing. Because
Okay.
for me to invest so much on the child and at the end of the day I found out that I'm not the biological dad, I'm going to go to civil rights association and actually take up steps against the woman because it's not a crime but it's a bad thing psychologically. It's
So
not-
what? Okay, you would need to go legal.
Yes,
Oh.
that is
What do you think causes this thing in the first place?
infidelity.
Well, you know that infidelity is on both sides.
Wait, when
I
it
said
comes to
yesterday,
paternity, when
when
it
we were
comes
discussing this thing, I said yesterday that this thing is inverted. When it's controversial, very, very controversial. When a woman cheats, she's in her husband's house, the husband has to know. Is that not so?
No.
Not in
When
all
a
cases.
woman
not
cheats
enough
and
to
she
thank
gets
you.
pregnant,
When you're a
Not-
game player, you're a game
the
player.
player exactly.
wait, things happen, things like this
Things happen, but when you're a game player, you're a
when
game
a man
player.
cheats, he has his wife and children outside of marriage. Is that not so? When a woman cheats and she gets pregnant, it will be assumed, in fact, without her even saying anything, it will be assumed that the husband is the owner of the pregnancy. In fact,
And
if
that
they
is
had,
more
if
what's
they
good.
had intercourse prior to the time she got pregnant or anything, obviously it will make, she will probably think, oh, it's for my husband and things like that. So this thing is,
Why would you think of something?
Why would
It's
It's possible.
It's not possible.
It's
It can't be
possible.
possible. It can't be
maybe
possible.
when the child
Wait, was the affair not
there's
intentional?
always infidelity in marriage. Men to cheat.
What do you
Fact.
say there is always infidelity in marriage?
Not always. Okay, let me rephrase.
Okay.
When there is infidelity in marriage, for a man, he can choose to have his other wife outside marriage. For a woman, when she gets pregnant, there's no hiding. Is it pregnancy of 9 months?
Because she is a married woman, I get your argument that because she's a married woman, it might not be easy to detect who you would you would assume that the baby belongs to the husband because she's married.
That's what I'm saying.
However, looking from his own point of view, it's a crime, it's a criminal offense.
Yeah, it's a criminal offense.
Because
not like,
the woman is wrong to have taken such a decision.
Exactly.
However, if we look at, you said one has to consider the children. So when you look at the children like Ayodele, what would you do? You are going legal. Going legal, don't you think it will get dirty?
it will affect the children.
You said
it will affect the children, but when I'm going legal, it's between me and the woman. Because there are two things involved here.
The children
One-
said
one-
might not be
one-
aware.
one-
You
one-
still take care of the
Sure, sister, because
children,
they've always
rather.
known me to be their father. So that on their mental health, I think,
And you
Exactly.
tell them that you're not.
I won't.
No.
So what happens to the father of the children?
Is the father in the picture? The father is not.
What's
not-
he's
I'm
in the picture
saying
when
he-
he's silent.
What?
Then he's
Okay,
not
so
in the
then
picture.
most of the time you're not in the picture. What if they are in the picture but they are silent?
They're in the picture and they're silent.
Yeah.
And they're silent to kill them.
And they're saying exactly. They're saying to kill them.
They're saying to
They're not
kill
playing with
them.
their child. Then they are not ready to father a child.
The challenge is that we need to also drive at why this is happening. It just happened to a judge, we heard of the FCMB, you know. So why do you think this is? And these are because it's happening to prominent people. Where it's been tweeted, it's been on social media and all that. When we consider the real sense, this issue in the real sense, we realize that it's been happening before now. It happens every day.
It happens to
There's-
the rich most
Okay,
of
you know,
No,
in
it happens
the world,
more to the it happens
Even
more
the
to the
common
rich.
man. No,
It's
even
a
the
very
common
common
man.
man.
in the world
What's the
presently,
other
Nigeria
American
is the
body?
second, what's it
It's the
called?
second highest.
Second highest
After
paternity fraud in the
Paternity.
world.
So why is it happening in Nigeria?
That's where I'm going to. It's not limited to the rich. It's not limited to any class. Even a common man can be infidel. You understand? It all has to do with personality.
So now, what you're saying is paternity fraud and infidelity goes hand in hand.
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
it does, because paternity fraud is infidelity. It's undercoated under infidelity. It takes you.
And infidelity is the last stage. Paternity fraud is the last stage of infidelity.
Yes.
It's the last stage because you are not faithful to your man, and at the end of the day you have a child and still have even morally. Let's come to our society. Even morally is not is morally according to our culture is not even good.
Yoruba people will say
Yes,
Omale.
and for the father of the house to have sexual intercourse with a woman that is pregnant, carrying another man's pregnant, according to our Yoruba culture, it's not good. You don't even do that.
And you know the challenge for the man is that the man wasn't aware.
Yes, that we are not living.
So I'm a
just
lady, and I would without any hesitation, I would say there are quite a number of married women who push married men into this kind of issue, who push them into paternity fraud. Women do a lot of things just to make sure that they keep up status. Well, maybe because of societal pressures and all that. But then, no matter what happens, you can't say the woman will take the blame all the time. What happens to the place of the husband? 3 children.
Would you, because they are hungry, go and steal?
No, it's not about hunger.
Yes, this now. So
I'm
you can't-
looking at impotency issue. You don't think there's a case of impotency?
Then they can adopt.
No, what do you say they can? What is?
The access story.
I mean,
Their access story. That's what they
Because we need to look at.
okay, that means okay.
It's a twin issue. It's not just one way. There has to be some reason why.
Then there should have been a communication breach between the husband and the wife.
So it means there's a communication gap.
A communication gap. Because if they are both understanding that okay, the husband is facing this, and they understand that they are one, or okay, I don't know, they have school of thought. If they understand that okay, they are facing that together, they can come to a what's called a conclusion together. Okay, we are going to adopt, we are going to do this. I mean, it's something they can come together and do. Than the wife just going out on her own decision that okay, because her husband is impotent, then she has to take this step and be pregnant for another man and bring the pregnancy for the husband. I mean, that is wrong.
Please,
Please, let us not forget. Let's not forget that this
Because I'm not getting your steps. What steps are you talking about?
Steps like adoption.
Okay, adoption.
Yes.
That's
give
not
her
talking.
No, he's saying they should have been able to discuss their marital issues, their
Exactly.
and adopt a child instead of the wife going to engage in this.
Which will result in paternity.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
How would you feel if your husband just wakes up one day and said he needs to do an paternity test?
Okay. I would not blink an eye. Please. I won't blink an eye. Yes, you know the reason. When when you know that you do not have you are not engaging in any dirty game, you can't be freaked. There's this statement they say in Yoruba that Entoba Jeff Fularamanfu, when your hands are dirty, when you have a dirty wardrobe, then you will be running about, why do you want to? I won't need to question. Do you understand? I won't question why he wants to do paternity test. I will just tell him that just make sure that by the time you do the test and you are back and you get your result, the funds you've used, make sure you refund it back to where you picked it from. You pay me because it's an allegation for somebody who did not engage in paternity, who did not engage in marital fraud, and you are being accused of it. It can be endangering to my emotion and my health and my mental health. So it takes a couple that are already having a shaky marriage. You understand? I have a friend whose husband said, oh, they want to, but at the end of the day, people called him that, Oga, you understand? When you have the shape of your head, there are some things that you don't need. Paternity, look at the baby's head.
But the reason for my question is that even when I believe even when the woman is faithful and the husband just come up with,
that's insulting.
That's it. So the trust,
very
will the trust still be there? Will the love still be there? That's
when you pay for the accusation.
Okay, the trust will still be there.
You pay for the accusation. It mean no for you to come and even meet me and tell me you want to do paternity test. Meaning you don't even trust me.
Yes. But the thing is, there's no coming back from that.
Exactly, there's no coming back. So everything you do from that day henceforth will still circle around that.
Exactly.
So if I was okay with it.
Me, I can live with it if you settle me well enough. It's true. If you settle me well enough, I'll live with it.
So even if the husband cheats with another woman, you settle me well enough.
Case.
It's not a different case.
It's like telling me you want to do paternity test. It's like telling me you signed prenup before marriage.
Okay.
It's not possible. You have to wake up one morning and say, okay, this is not right. This is not right. So this is what they're not getting together. Let me, see if this child.
Another thing is,
it comes from a place
all
of
boils
mistrust.
down on trust.
It comes from a place of mistrust.
Where and there can't be a good marriage when there is no good foundation. So it's all boils down to what each individual was looking for before they met themselves and got married and all that. Because when you just wake up one day, like a man who has returned from a golf club or a club or a beer parlor and just comes the next morning and says, oh, I think I want to do this, you check, you realize that this kind of person has been has been influenced by maybe some kind of association.
But what if that kind of person has friends that have been experiencing that kind of thing and be like, wait, okay.
For you to take that decision, you must have reviewed your marital journey with your wife to check her and see that I think this person is not faithful to me. Yeah. You understand? By the time you reason it, and one thing I've come to realize, there are some men who are actually faithful, loyal, who are fidel in their marriage, who keep their vow. Whereas there are some who are game players. And the truth is, game players are always very tactical. That is why you see those women who play these games. You realize that the men don't get to know how can this kind of truth be buried for 5 years, 7 years.
Even 40 years.
40 years. I know somebody that the person is about 40 now, and so the truth is, it shows that these people, they have debts and they are game players. They've patterned it in such a way that strategic move. There's no way.
You know that there are some men that They listen to what the trends going on outside. Now Nigeria is the second highest paternity rate in the world, I think after Jamaica.
Not Jamaica.
Yeah, 1 out of every 25 child is a bastard in Nigeria.
And you know, I want us to.
That's the word.
A bastard.
Okay,
It's
so
not. Maybe it doesn't look.
Someone that doesn't just
let's just call it spade a spade.
okay, someone that doesn't
No, it's just painful for the emotional, the mental
The
health
fault
of
is
the
on
child.
the parent.
Sure, not the child.
Not the child, no.
It's
Now,
painful.
you are basing this entire thing on just women being fraudulent when it comes to paternity issues. You guys are worse, don't forget. Your husband can go, not your husband, but a man can go and have
Affair.
an affair outside.
But that's
And
not
full
paternity.
children.
But that's not that's not paternity fraud.
I'm
I mean,
saying that
that's
it goes both
infidelity
ways.
on
It
its own.
happens
I mean,
both ways. What brings up? What's the first step?
Is the woman cooking for the
Paternity.
is the woman cooking for the
Infidelity now.
wait, is the woman cooking for the
What if
child
Children that is
what if the
outside.
wife is the one bringing in the money? The man is just taking and putting it in the child.
the what?
The
The
wife.
truth is,
The
it's
other-
both ways.
It goes both ways.
It's
That's what
both
I'm
ways.
saying.
Infidelity-
The only thing is
But
the
at least
the
the
gravity-
child or the children outside doesn't call that woman money.
exactly.
They don't.
They don't.
Yeah.
So
They
they
don't
saying
because
gravity
because
is
what you know, men are better game players. Men are better game players.
yeah, I agree with yourself then.
Men are better game players, and the world we are in, they say it's a man's world. So, and in Africa, we have this belief generally that you can't question a man when it comes to his libido, when it comes to sexual actions and sexual responsibilities. That once he is financially fit to take care of 2 women, then he should. Some religions evil, some religion allow such. So that's why Kwamwan will say, mo lè láya púpọ̀, kò sí ohun tó burú. But tóbìnrin bá lọ́kọ méjì, you understand? So it's allowed in Africa that a guy can have extramarital affair, but make sure that he takes care of the other woman. That's why I'm saying that it's not limited to the rich. This rural area, go to some villages in Ogbomoso, you hear that ballets, sorry, let me know it's ballet. You hear that a landlord, a man in the next neighborhood, it's all about can you take care of the woman. I've heard of it's shared by a woman told her husband that I want to live with him. The husband thought this other man is trying to take his wife. No, the wife said no. I'm ready to go with him. You're not taking care of me. You just have me at home.
Do you know
Do you
what I
understand?
said at the beginning of this? I said most of the reason why this is an issue, let's state out in our modern society. If you have a girl cheat on the man, most times than not, it's the girl either married for money or for greed or something, and the man is not just satisfying her. That is why I said it happens most of the time. I did not say all the time. It happens most of the time to the people in the high class society. The cases that we've been hearing, I don't know.
Because in social media, somebody in the Ogbomoso cannot get.
No, hear me out. I'm saying in the modern setting.
Most people can't
In
afford
the modern
DNA.
setting.
Yes, so and because it's allowed in Africa for you to you can have another wife.
And I think morally, in this sense of the word, it is when a man has probably a concubine outside that will see it as a big deal. But when
I
you
think we need to wrap this up. Our time is going.
okay, but when you marry 2-3 wives and you make people know that okay, these are my wives, I think you are good with it.
Yeah. So what are we trying to tell our audience?
Okay, what do we think the society can do on this issue?
The society.
I think it's more of an individual.
There should be a law. There should be a law that's for paternity
Test.
fraud.
The law against paternity
A
fraud.
law against paternity
And
fraud.
the punishment for that.
Yeah. Once there's a law, there will be a criminal, there will be a punishment. So once there's a law, I think it will help people to refrain from it, even though it will help people to settle out of court most times.
Let's be public settlement.
Public
Yes.
hearing.
But public hearing. So that whoever wants to try this next time, we'll first of all think about it.
Because people do it for different reasons, like we established greed, money, societal pressure, many reasons. But I think at the long run, we should always consider what is in it for these children, their emotional health, their mental health. These children's life will never remain the same, no matter whether they reside in Europe or are taken to any part of the world. So the parents should always consider the children, no matter how much they make from this this man who seems to be the father, the real father of the child. It will always affect, it's all boomerangs, it comes back to the child.
Everything goes out with them.
Yeah.
If you're for a man, be for a man. If you're for a woman,
If you are,
if you're for one
if-
man,
if you
if
say-
you're married to one man, be for one man. If you're married to one woman, be for one woman. Don't go around spreading the word, that kind of thing. So yes,
Okay.
we've come to the end of the segment. Thank you for staying with us.
Thank you.